reasons why children misbehave, and there are quite a lot of reasons. So if you're not here last week, you can do well. This video has been shared on my new page, but it's right there on YouTube and on the Vision Guide. Also, I believe about those ones. So you can do well and catch up from last week. All right, so I believe there is sound. All right, so that you can do well and catch up from the video so that I don't have to recap and recap and recap again. All right, what went wrong? Why did children misbehave? Why would they just shout? Why would they just rant after tantrum and quite a lot of things? What you can also call misbehavior. Maybe it's not a misbehavior to the child or people around, but to you, it's a misbehavior. Why do you think these are happening? And what are the things that we can do to help our children? That is what I am going to continue today. And I believe you're not going to finish also today. We're going to take it easy, learn practically so that we can be able to apply it where necessary. So last week, I quite mentioned a few things, so you can do well to check that. I'll just highlight some things. I said for a child, attention, it's attention. It doesn't matter if it is a positive attention or a negative attention. If they are not getting the positive attention from you, they will use a negative means to call for attention, and that is definitely going to be a negative attention. So do not wait as parents. Make sure you pay attention to your children, try to connect with them as much as you can. One of the reasons why they do that also, I mentioned about testing boundaries last week. So I'm just going to run. So today I'm going to start on the point of they also misbehave when they are frustrated or overwhelmed. Children also do get frustrated, just like I was talking about stress sometimes back. And I think I mentioned that also last week, that get stressed. But oftentimes parents don't know why children should be stressed. What is it? You have your food, you have everything you need. Why are you stressed? And even when you are maybe at the family or the couple as a husband and wife, things are not actually going right in the family, but you feel you're giving your child everything. They're not supposed to be stressed. It's not their business. There are quite a lot of things which we cannot actually break down because of time. So one of the reasons, many reasons, is when they are frustrated. When they are frustrated, when they get overwhelmed, and mostly this happens mostly for younger ones. I'm sure you have seen a child with tantrum before. So, but now let's focus on the temper tantrum. It's okay to have tantrum, but when we talk about temper tantrum, I'm sure you have seen it, that a child, you have a child, you're trying to talk the child down, they can't just stop. They're just ranting, they want to break things, they are very upset. You know, you can see from their side, from the view, from the behavior, it's out of control. So oftentimes you see this from little ones, your younger ones, because this often happens because they have not mastered the skill of emotional regulation yet. They have not mastered their emotional regulation skill. So they don't have the way, they don't know how to express, or they don't know how to make expression constructively. This is what they think they can do. This is how they are boiling within them. So they don't know how to actually show you or tell you rather than shouting and breaking things. Please note, not every case in this regard is normal, but I'm not going there today. For some children, there might be an underlying issue that needs to be addressed ASAP. So don't just say, however, to have tantrum is quite normal for children. But when it comes to temper tantrum, please watch out and know when it needs a the areas I'm going to divert into that area for weeks talking about that. So just pay attention and know that your child needs help or not. We all have to know these things as parents so that we can guide our children appropriately. So when they don't know how to express themselves, they get frustrated, you know, they get full. This skill needs to be developed. And I want you to know that the skill we are talking about, ability to be able to express emotion, is a skill that we have to teach. is a skill that children need to learn. They don't just speak it on the street. They just speak it like we wear our clothes. It's an intentional skill that must be taught intentionally, and hopefully you do it right and the child is going to get it. And I will not rush. I will try and teach some practical ways today. If you are in the situation, or you are an auntie to someone or an uncle, or you're a teacher, whatever I'm going to teach today is going to be of a great help to you. So pay attention to details. But as I continue, I will re-emphasize this point that I want you to know that what you don't have, you cannot give. If you want to help a child or your child that is having an emotional irregulation, you need to check you first. Can I say that loud? You want to help a child who is emotionally maybe dysregulated. I'm not trying to tag, but I'm just have to use the right terms. You need to check you, because if you are not emotionally intelligent, if you are not emotionally regulated, you will not be able to help that child, or you will mess that child up. I hope I'm making sense. I'm going to slide into it. You cannot give. Don't have. Be sure about that. And this is not a time for you to deceive yourself. Just get upset when sometimes you better leave that child. The child might just do, the child might just be playing out what they are seeing out over the time. So if you know there's something you need to deal with as an adult, as a caregiver or parent, please leave the child. Deal with you. Deal with you. That is when you can get the disease. All right. I'm going to be sharing some practical solutions today. You know, we just have an outburst. They just talk back. They just want to do anything. They shout back at their parents. What can you practically? So what you can do is to teach emotional regulation. I know, but you're not teaching. You're still saying the same thing. So please listen. Your job now is to teach them emotional regulation. You have to teach them, it's very important, how to regulate their emotion. You know, you have to involve in helping them to recognize. That's the first thing. A lot of children are dysregulated because, am I still on? The cam is off. A lot of children are dysregulated because they actually cannot recognize their emotion. They don't understand what is happening to them. They don't know how to express anger. You know, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm sad. So the first thing is to help them recognize and understand this emotion and how to manage them in a healthy way. Tell me, don't you get upset as an adult? Do you get mad sometimes? Yes. So the child is actually feeling the same, but it's yet to master the skill of how can I show it in a healthy way. So your job now is to teach. So how can you teach? Because this is a question I've often get. We understand you said this. How do we go about emotional dysregulation? How do we teach it? Today, I'm going to share some tips. We can't do all this online. We have a limited time. And sometimes some situations are so peculiar to a child. So we can't really do a child. It's going to help you. It's going to help your child as an adult. But if you have a specific need, you might need to send us a DM and come for our services. So what is the teach the child how to label emotion? You know, some of these children are going to tell you, Mom, I'm mad. And you don't want to hear that. Shut up. Especially we that we are extremely, we believe we are believers. And we believe that some words are not supposed to be used. Meanwhile, when it comes to emotional regulation, we have to be able to know how we feel. Knowing how you feel does not mean that you are that thing. It's going to help you to be able to deal with the thing. A child is telling you, I'm upset, I'm angry. Shut up, don't say that. I'm mad. You're not going to be mad in Jesus' name. Your child will not be mad. But the child is telling you, this is how I feel. So most of the time, these children are actually victims of an unskilled adult. So when you shun them every time, instead of helping them to deal with the situation, they feel, the brain is going to get the message that I'm not entitled to my own feeling. You pass a wrong message to the brain. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. What I'm feeling is actually wrong. I'm not supposed to feel. You're telling the child you're not supposed to be human. So we have to be careful. Help them to label their emotion. When a child is upset or frustrated, what do? Name it. I can see that you're upset now. I can see that you're very mad now because you broke your toy. State it in a statement. Mention what you see as a parent that is making the child to have a meltdown, that is giving the child an overwhelming situation. When you see it as a parent, it is time to name it. This is what I see. You're very upset. You're very mad now. You're very angry because you didn't like the dinner. That is you teaching the child how to label. You validate the emotion. You acknowledge it that you see it. Boy, that is a different thing. You are not going to encourage what is not right, but it's very important for you to acknowledge and teach the child labeling of emotion. You are hungry because you broke your toy. Which I think is okay, It's okay to be angry, you broke your toy. That is teaching the child labeling of their emotion. So why do you have to do this? This is going to help the child to understand what they are feeling. Why do I have to tell my child I can see that you're upset now? Why do I have to tell my child I can see you are angry because you broke a toy? Because you are on a mission. What mission? To help the child let out emotions, to recognize emotion, to understand self-emotion, so that they can attain self-regulation. So why do you need to do it? You want to help the child to build what they feel, what the child is feeling. You want the child to help them to know that it's normal to have emotion. It is normal to have emotion. That is what you are teaching the child. But many times, why you see extreme temper tantrum from our children, or for children generally, is because we have given them the idea, the impression that, you are in a battlefield with me. And that's why they shout and they scream. Because the way you deal with situations shows that you are fighting the child. You are never fighting the child. It's not even your battle. It's not your feeling. But we pass a wrong message to the children and say, you know what? When you shout, shut up. When you shout, don't do that. You are passing a wrong message. So that's why you see most of them, they are becoming self-defensive. They come for you, even when you're not saying anything. What? This? Because over the time, they've registered that this is what he or she is going to say. This is what mommy is going to say. I hope that is clear. You can drop your question if you have any, and I'll try as much as possible to answer the question. You can drop your question if you have any. I will try as much as possible to answer. All right. I hope we have this on my new account. We apologize. We know a lot of people they're going to miss this, but it's fine. We are not giving up. We are not giving up. My page was hacked, but that's not a problem. After having a lot of reports, I'm sure that you saw, if you see my write-up during the week on that, so I don't want to go in that because I'm made for more. So you know what? So we're just going to move on. People that are going to miss it, hopefully when we share it, they're going to catch up with this. All right. So this is why you need to label the emotions. This is what you're doing, helping the child to know that it's normal, not even quite normal to have emotions. Another thing you're going to do is to teach deep breathing. It's a technique. I know we often tell our children, breathe, you'll be fine. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Sometimes they don't know what take a deep breath. So I'm going to give you how to help your child to take a deep breath. So please listen attentively. Breathe. But if you look critically, you as an adult, when you're having a meltdown, do you use the breathing techniques? If it's a technique that you don't even know how to use, please go learn it. So that when you are teaching the child or your child, it's going to be very easy to pass across the message. I say it again, you can't give what you don't have. So teach deep breathing. It's going to help the child to control emotion. So when a child is overwhelmed, you guide them to take deep breath. Help them to take, how do you teach? Some of them don't actually know how to do it. So one of the ways you can help the child is to tell them, give them something, or to tell them, smell the flower. When they smell the flower, the breathing, that helps them to hold their breath. You can tell them to pretend as if they are blowing balloon. Like that, they are going to let out. They breathe out. If you don't help them with little things like these practicals, you don't know. You just see them doing like, I'm breathing, I'm breathing, I'm breathing, I'm breathing. They want to do it actually. They want to control, but they don't know how. So you can tell them, take a deep breath, pretend as if you have a balloon in your hands and blow the balloon. When it's time to breathe in, you can tell them to just smell the flower. They smell the flower, they know that it helps them. These are techniques that you can use. Not just say, I asked you to breathe. Why are you not breathing? Why are you not breathing? Breathe, breathe, breathe. You're going to be fine. It doesn't work like that. What you don't know, you don't know. And what you don't know, you cannot give. So when they take a deep breathing, it's going to help them calm their nervous system. Anyone, not just even children. Deep breathing helps in any stage, any age. It helps anyone. If you're frustrated as an adult, I'm sure if you're always using the deep breathing techniques, you will know how much that you're going to feel calm in your nervous system. So this is not actually about the children only. However, we're focusing on the children today. So it's going to help calm their nervous system. It's going to give the children the simple tool to manage their strong emotion. So we're talking about strong emotion. We're not just talking about this regular emotion, but the strong emotion. That's why I use the temper tantrum as an example. So ensure you teach these skills in the right way. The deep breathing techniques must be taught in the right way, not just saying, keep breathing, just breathe, just breathe. So another thing you have to do that can help your children when dealing with strong emotions or when they're having a meltdown, when they are overwhelmed, is to create a calm down space. I'm going to explain briefly what is a calm down space. You can create, I know what many of us know, what many parents know, even some teachers, is to say, go to thinking corner. You are on timeout. On timeout, thinking corner, they are not that safe space because we are still showing them, we are still telling them you are in a problem. Go to that problematic space. So when I talk about the calm down space, it is different from the general view of the thinking corner or timeout space. So you're going to create this space. This calm down space is going to be created. You're going to have a designated corner. It's going to be comfortable. They are not in trouble. You are just helping them to learn a skill. Can I say that again? I think a lot of people, a lot of parents and caregivers, why they are having issue with this process is because they think the child is in trouble, or they pass a message across to the child to make them feel they are in trouble. Remember, the child is not in trouble, but the child lacks a skill that you are teaching. The child is yet to master a skill, and what you're doing is teaching the skill that the child lacks or has not mastered yet. So what you do is you create a comfortable space. Make sure it's comfortable, like more like a soft corner. You can have pillows, soft toys. You can have sensory things around at this time. You can even have sensory bottle. Do you know what is called sensory bottle? You can just make research on these things. Make sure that this place is comfortable. You encourage the child to go there anytime they feel upset. When you feel upset, you go to this place. They can just lie down and just hold that pillow tight. This is a comforting place, not a place that because they are in trouble. I'm talking about strong emotions. Because what many people we always wait for is to diagnose the child. Some children are not on the spectrum, for real, yet they have strong emotions. And if somebody is not well skilled, or you take the child to a professional, you will hear so many diagnoses on that child. the child is on the spectrum, the child is this. It's just a strong emotion that we need to teach. Every child is teachable. Every child is teachable. So you just go that, that child will see that place as a safe place. But don't forget, in this safe place, they can let out their negative and positive emotion. When we have children visit the play therapy room, this is a safe place that we allow them to let out their negative emotion and also their positive emotion without being judged. I know this is not a therapy room, but you are creating your own calm down space at home. So I know there is limited things that you can do. However, if you can take the step I'm sharing, it's going to help you anytime. But don't forget that you are your child's first therapist. Your job is to give that therapy to your child. I'm not saying don't seek for help when need be. So you're going to let the child know when you feel upset, you can just go hold your calls, your soft toy. They just see none of them just hold their soft toys, and some of them are even biting the toys. It's okay. It's not the time to say don't do that. No, the child is letting out the negative emotion. They are learning to manage it because what they are feeling within is kind of intense. And you see some of them, they're going to hold the pillow and scream, yo! Don't say don't shout. It's okay to shout. Don't forget, this is a safe place for the child to let out the negative and the positive emotion. Am I making sense? If you need help on this, and if you feel what I'm teaching is not going to solve that, what you are looking for, please send us a DM. We are just a DM away. And we're going to help your child. You're going to help your family. So these are the things you're going to do. But please bear in mind, it's a safe place. I've seen many parents say, it's not working. And when I try to find out what is happening, I say that it's not working because you're not doing the right thing. It's not working because you think the child is in trouble. It's not working because you're not actually giving the child a safe space. You're just judging the child. Go there. That's how I created for you. That is not the purpose of what I'm saying. I'm not talking about your general thinking corner or naughty corner. I'm talking about the calm down corner. All right, get to work. Do whatever you can do. And please, you feel free to send us a question. And we'll do all to get back to you on your question. All right. So make sure you do that. And that is going to help your child. Why do you have to do this? This is going to teach, it's going to teach the child or the children to have self-soothing. If you don't teach your child with strong emotion, this skill early in life, they might struggle as an adult. You can see a lot of adults struggling today because they were not taught how to self-soothe themselves. A lot of children, teenagers, adolescents, they are victim of circumstance. They are victim of molestation because they were not taught how to self-soothe themselves in the process of looking for who to soothe them, who to help them calm down their emotion, they fall victim. So why are you doing this? Why do you have to create this for my child? I know you are there to hug, but don't always be the safe place for your child. Let your child know that they can create a safe place within self. If you're not there, if all you do is just to hug tight, to rub their head and shoulders, what if you're not there and that child is a teenager and is feeling this emotion, looking for one naughty uncle to hug? You know what I'm talking about. You better join our next batch, the Parent-Child Connection Program. You're not going to regret it. So let them learn. The purpose of you doing this is to teach them that it is okay. They self-soothe themselves and they take a space to regulate their emotion. When I feel like this, I can step aside. You see, adults today, you see couple, when they feel upset, they cannot step aside. They cannot take a moment. They want to say everything. They want to shout. They want to fight. They want to break bottles. They want to break mugs. It doesn't just start at that time. It was a long time issue. A skill that was not mastered or that was not taught or that was not learned at all. So please get to work. Get to work. I am going to stop and I'm going to continue next week. I am not going to rush on this because I want to try as much as possible to teach people the practicality when it comes to self-emotions, why do children misbehave? Because I've seen many times that we oftentimes judge our children. We oftentimes judge them on what we are guilty of. You don't have self-regulation, you don't have impulse control, but you are judging your child. So I'm not rushing on this. I'm going to continue this next week, but I believe that you have gained something today. I believe that you have learned something today. If you feel I was too fast, you can say I try as much as possible to stay calm today and explain, but you can do well and watch this video again and again and again, and it's going to help you. So don't miss out. We're going to maintain this time for the next few weeks until further notice. We're going to maintain this time, and we're going to be live only on Facebook here for now till we are eligible to go live on my new account. So please tell somebody to tell somebody, and if you don't mind, please help us share. If you don't mind, we are going to appreciate that thought. Help us share and tell somebody to tell somebody. If you know who is going through a parenting issue, please recommend our page to them, because we dish out essential parenting tools that is going to help you and your family. It's never a waste of time here. All right, I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I'm picking this from where I stopped from next week by the grace of God. So I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining me today. On those who are going to be watching this video later, I understand a lot of people are missing out, but those who are going to be joining me or watching this later, I want to say thank you so much for joining. Madam Evelyn, I see you there. Thank you for joining me. If you are there, I can see you there. Please just say hello so that I can say hello to you. I can see quite a number of people, but they didn't drop a comment, so it's going to be very tough for me to know you are there. So please just drop a comment on. I'm on checking the Vision Guy right now, so that I can say hello to you, Madam Evelyn. So I was thinking about you today. It's good to see you here. All right, thank you for joining me, everybody. I've been talking about what went wrong, why children misbehave, and today I started sharing the practical solution on how you can help your children. So if you are just joining me, please watch this video again and don't miss out from next session, because I am going to continue to dig deep. Why am I doing this? Because this growing glory is very essential. They are our future, and we have to get it right. We can't keep blaming them for what is not their fault. We can't keep just shouting on them because we do not know how to teach them or how to help them to learn the skill that they lack. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me. Madam Veronica, I see you there. Hello, we can see Visioners here. Thank you for joining me. I'm sure you heard, I'm sure you've seen that the other page, our account, I don't want to say it's gone or whatever it is. We are not moved, we are not shaking, we are moving on. It doesn't bother us one bit. Nothing. We are bigger than that. It's gone. So the new one is not eligible to live session until after 60 days. So I really feel for those who will always join us there, because we have quite a lot of numbers that normally join from that account. Hopefully they are going to see the new one some way, somehow. And by we sharing, maybe they're going to get to see and they're going to reconnect. All right, so you're not moved by that. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Thank you for the messages. You know, some people, like, the kind of love I received on this, they're like, wow, the messages and the encouragement. I'm like, oh, thank God I was not even bothered. But to see how much people are showing love and the value what we do, it means a lot. It means a lot. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for the love, for the massive love. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you for joining me today. Marbel, thank you. Thank you for always being here. Thank you. I note you. Marbel. Thank you. Thank you again for being here today. I hope you joined from the beginning. And if not, please do well and watch the video again. And I'll be coming back again this time for the next, until further notice, we're going to maintain 3:30 GMT plus 3, and that will be 1:30 p.m. Nigeria and UK time. Romania is going to also be, I think, 3:30 or 2:30. So please confirm for those who, we have some people joining from Romania. All right, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. So, and if you're seeing my face for the very first time here, this little girl here is called Oye Layo, but you can call me Oye for short, and I am your parenting coach. I'll see you again next week as we dig deep on why children misbehave and the practical ways that we can help them to overcome these challenges. As we go, don't forget that parenting must be intentional, parenting must be purposeful, and parenting must be full of vision. And this vision must guide us jealously. A minute, don't go yet. I want to say something. Something crossed my mind. And I think one of the reasons why that page was always the one we lost was always being reported, and Facebook always listened to people, is because we don't get reaction during our live session. Please, if you are there, just click like, love, 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 love. When people are reporting like that and they see that those who are watching are reacting, it reduces. If you notice, 2 weeks ago, I was live and the live session was brought down because people kept sitting somewhere to report what I'm doing, and they are reporting it for nudity. Can you imagine that? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? They're reporting it for nudity. Facebook had to bring me down live, and we had to chat them, and they have to go and check and say, okay, we can see that that's not true. So please, if you're there, I'm not trying to, but we are begging. If you're there, anytime you're watching, please, if you can sometimes just click the reactions, click the live, because you know what? We're going somewhere, but some people are also somewhere. So we're going to bring the page down again, but we are not moved. We keep moving. All right, I want to say thank you so much. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Thank you so much. God bless you. 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 And I'll see you again. Till then, stay blessed. I love you. God bless you.